people should go to geriatric specialist?
If you're age 60 and above, you should definitely see a geriatrician, because after the age of 60, you might be having multiple comorbidities.
People in 60s are now living independently. What do you suggest for these kind of people, how they can make their life better?
In my opinion, there are 5 pillars that I would like to advise.
Our rural people are more kind of following these things, or urban people are?
Second part, metropolitan cities, is the loneliness part, because even after all these connections, I am seeing seniors become more and more lonelier.
What are the red flags or early warning sign when we should start noticing?
These are the top red flag signs, and you should immediately see a geriatrician.
Most of the elderly actually carry a box of medicine, right? And a lot of medicine they take, like 10, 15 in a day.
It's a huge,
Right.
huge risk.
Hi everyone, I am your host Nitin Guru, and welcome to another interesting episode of Medical Value Talks. Many of you, like me, would be living far from your parents for work purpose, and many of you, like me, would often wonder how to take care of your elderly parents in their golden years. And there is growing specialty of clinical practice, which is known as geriatric medicine, which is designed especially to take of our elderly in their golden years. And today we have honored to host Dr. Yamini Ajmera, who comes with this specialty. So without further ado, I would invite Dr. Yamini to talk about what is geriatric medicine and what it does for our elderly. Welcome, Dr. Yamini.
Thank you, Nitin, for having me here. So I'll won't waste a second and then come straight to the topic. So geriatric medicine is basically, we as geriatricians, we, unlike a traditional physician, we focus on the independence and quality of life, and not only just treat the disease, we see the person as a whole from head to toe. Like we focus on the 5 M's, that is mind, mobility, medications, multi-complexity, and what matters most to the patient. So that is what geriatrics is all about. And it's like solving a puzzle every day, because you are altogether dealing with physical, mental, emotional, cognitive, and social needs of the elderly patients. So yes, that's geriatrics.
Thanks for explaining it in simple word, Dr. Yamini. But before we jump into the topic and go into really detail, would like to understand from yourself how what is your journey has been. And I understand you are currently working as a geriatric specialist at the Artemis New Delhi. So want to understand like how you came to this kind of the kind of journey and the step.
Okay, so when I was pursuing my post graduation, and I scored a decent rank in AIMS, so one of my family pediatricians, who is my mentor and guide, he told me that don't pursue pediatrics, pursue geriatrics. It's a new specialty. There was only one seat, uh, one UR seat in AIMS New Delhi, and he said that aim for that seat, because in future geriatrics will be the most talked about branch in terms of medicine.
Right.
So because population is aging rapidly, our societies are facing a rapid population shift. uh, According to census 2011, there was 8.6% population age 60 years and above in India, and that is projected to increase to 19% by 2050. So that's a huge population that we have to cater for as geriatricians. So yes, he pushed me to this branch, and I have done my MD in geriatric medicine from AIMS New Delhi. Then I I was appointed as a senior resident at National Center for Aging, AIMS, New Delhi. And after that, I have joined Artemis Hospitals, New Delhi centers. So yes, that's my journey, and it has been a fulfilling one because I think what we as geriatricians can do, nobody else can.
Absolutely. And you have founded a senior care facility as well. So would you
Yes.
like to talk about that too?
Yes, I'm founder and CEO of Vayodha Senior Care. So the idea was like I have 7 years of experience dealing with geriatric patients. So the idea was to bring quality, high quality geriatric care to the doorstep of the elderly patients because many of patients face mobility issues. They are living far from the tier one cities, so they cannot afford to go to the hospital,
Right.
or they if they want to just avoid the long waiting lines,
Yeah.
then the idea was to give outpatient services, teleconsultation services, and home visit to the patients
Right.
aged 60
Yeah.
years and above, and to provide comprehensive, compassionate care to the elderly population because I wanted, I just wanted it to be affordable, accessible, and high quality.
Wonderful.
So, like from treating chronic conditions, I also focus on preventing falls and cognitive health, mental health, and adult vaccinations. So yes, this is what the primary focus is all about
And
in
that
Vayodha.
that's wonderful because I think it's like a comprehensive kind of care at one facility. But interesting question for me is that it even this branch is very new for me, where I have been working, or at least in this domain for some time. uh, Even my parents currently go to general physician,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
They don't go to geriatrics. So I mean, when people should go to geriatric specialist, maybe that would be my question.
Okay, so like geriatrics is a relatively newer branch in India. In AIMS New Delhi, it was started in 2012.
Hmm.
So it has been almost 13 years now.
Right.
It's 2025. So geriatrics is relatively new, but awareness is increasing day by day because private sector is coming up. Government is also like under the program,
Yeah.
National Health Program. Government is also trying to focus on elderly population because by like Indian Aging Report 2023, according to that statistics, almost 10.5% population is age 60 years and above as of 2022. So that's a huge population. And as a geriatrician, I don't focus on the disease per se or organ per se. I'll see the patient as a whole. And apart from treating the chronic conditions, we focus on the independence, quality of life, mobility, and like we want the patient to be purposeful till the end of life. It's not just disease specific or organ specific condition. And if you're asking me when a geriatrician should be seen, uh, I think if you're age 60 and above, you should definitely see a geriatrician because after the age of 60, you might be having multiple comorbidities. For that, you might be visiting multiple specialists,
Right.
you will be having multiple prescriptions. So many a times I've seen that 60 years and above patients get confused with so many prescriptions.
Right.
And many a times I've seen patients taking same class of drug with different brand name.
Right.
So as a geriatrician, we I've already answered this before, that we deal with the chronic conditions, be it hypertension, diabetes, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or chronic lung disease, and you name it, all the chronic conditions. Apart from that, if you're having persistent falls or sudden memory issues, or you are confused about your medications, your medication management you need, and cognitive health is very important, adult vaccination, because I don't think people are aware that vaccination is not only required in pediatric age group like children, it's also required in geriatric age group.
No,
So
that's actually something new for me as well. So yeah.
yes. So as a geriatrician, like it's a huge branch. We
Right.
have many aspects. It's
Yeah.
not organ or disease specific. We have so many diseases that you haven't even heard about, like frailty, sarcopenia, dementia. So awareness is increasing
Yeah.
day by day,
Yeah.
and I hope in the near future it will be the most talked about branch.
Absolutely. I think it would be because, see, people like us are also getting older, and 10, 20 years will need that kind of assistance. And on similar line, a lot of 60s people in 60s are now living independently. They are living far from their children. They are doing their chores. They are more mobile compared to the people who, I mean, 20 years back, right? So uh, what do you suggest for these kind of people, how they can make their life better, and maybe ensure that this continues for next decade or so?
Okay, I think the way you're telling, like our grandparents, what I've seen that people who are in their 90s now, when they were in 60, they used to, I think, retire quietly and withdraw from their social
Yeah. Yeah.
responsibilities and become dependent on others. But seniors now, especially 60 years and above, they are very much focused about their fitness, about their mental health, about their nutrition. They are technology proficient, and they want to age gracefully and age actively.
Right.
And they have, like, there's much more because of technology, they are socially also much more engaged. So these are the things that make them different from the previous generation. And when it comes to healthy aging, in my opinion, there are 5 pillars that I would like to advise if anyone wants to age healthily. So first will be exercise, because many people think that only walking is sufficient. That's not the case, because there are 3 types of exercises that are recommended in an elderly patient. First is aerobic exercises like walking or cycling. Second is progressive resistance strength training using light weights or resistant bands. This is very, very important. And third is balance exercises. So, like yoga or Tai Chi. So, these are the 3 set of exercises that if a senior practices even for 20-30 minutes per day, then it will change a huge quality. It will change the quality of life and independence and mobility hugely, because in elderly patients, consistency matters much more than intensity. And second will be diet, balanced plant-based diet. And third pillar will be adequate sleep, because 7 to 8 hours sleep is very important. Fourth pillar, I would say, is prioritize your mental health. Stress management, mindfulness practices, deep breathing exercises are very important. And last pillar, I would say, will be maintaining meaningful connections, because you have to give importance to your friends and family, because that is equally important when you are talking about healthy aging. So these are the 5 pillars for
Amazing.
healthy aging.
And I read a book called Ikigai, right? So
Mhm.
the pillars you mentioned kind of resonated
Yes,
even in that book as
exactly.
well, right? So you talked about that mobility, you talked about healthy food habits, you talked about mental health, you talked about having that kind of social relationship, right? And all these aspects are really really important. So thanks for those inputs. But do you see that these aspects are applicable in rural setting, urban setting? What kind of differential do you see as of now when you consult with patients? Are rural people are more kind of following these things, or urban people are kind of more inclined towards?
So when we see big metropolitan cities like Delhi and Mumbai, the seniors here are, I feel, are more inclined towards preventive health checkups. They are active. They are actively working out. They are aware about their nutritional habits and their nutritional needs also. Technology wise also, they have telemedicine is available
Correct.
to them, and they are also financially and socially very independent, because I've seen people working till the age of 70 and even 90 if they are fit. So, and socially also they have, because of technology, they have virtual communities also. Otherwise also they have their social clubs and the park, the friends in the park, or you name it. So they are, like, I feel that they are very much aging healthily. But second part of the big metropolitan cities is the loneliness part,
Right.
because even after all these connections, I'm seeing seniors become more and more lonelier.
Hmm.
So the mental health issues like depression and anxiety are on the rise, but still they are having the accessibility to high quality geriatric care
Right.
that's available in tier 1 cities.
Right.
But when you come to small towns, the communities are much more
Yeah.
engaged,
Yeah.
but healthcare is limited. And when it comes to remote areas, they have strongly knitted family ties,
Yeah.
but uh, the medical care is almost nil.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're talking about the geriatric care, it's not present in those
Those
kind of
kind of.
cities.
Right.
But Indian government, like under National Health Program, is planning to open 30 bedded geriatric care wards in every district of this
Wow.
country. So that's in the pipeline.
Right.
But as of now, I feel that uh, healthy aging depends on where do you live and how much are you financially independent.
Great. So that means like urban and rural both can have similar kind of situation. And one aspect you talked about loneliness in senior care. That lead me to another question of what is the responsibility of caregiver or as a as a children, right? How we take care of our elderly parents, and what are the red flags or early warning sign when we should start noticing and we should probably consult with geriatric for for these kind of situation.
So I think as a caregiver, first and foremost thing that we should avoid is that ageist attitude,
Hmm.
the stereotypes and prejudices and discrimination that we do based on age. Like if we are over concerned, we won't let our parents live independently, or there is elder abuse or neglect.
Right.
So they are both the
Yeah.
aspects. So we should avoid both the extremes. And the red flag signs that we should take care is, like, there are top 5, I think, which I can think of. Is first is if the patient is having multiple falls repeatedly,
Hmm.
the person is falling,
Hmm.
or there is a sudden or new worsening memory issues, and there are changes in the behavior and personality, like there is irritability, there is social withdrawal, or there are repetition of words.
Hmm.
So these kind of changes, and there is unexplained or unintentional weight losses there, or if the person is not able to primarily do the basic take care of
Task.
himself or herself, or the basic activities like feeding, toileting, and bathing, and cooking, financing. If the basic activities or instrumental activities the person is not able to manage, then these are the like top red flag signs, and you should immediately see a geriatrician.
On these kind of red flags, I have seen a lot of seniors have injury because of falls, right? So for childcare, for in case of infant, we home safe or child safe home, right? What as a children we can do to maybe senior safe over home?
Okay, so falls are a very highly prevalent condition in our society. Almost 1 in 3 persons above the age of 65 experience a fall every year. So it's a very big issue, and the outcomes of falls are also very dangerous because it can range from minor injury like bruises to major injuries like hip fracture, head concussion, or bleeding, or even death. So it is very important to prevent falls. And as a family member, you can make your houses safe for falls. So first will be improve the lighting in your hallways and bathrooms, install grab bars in your bathrooms, raise toilet seat, handrails on stairs, and anti-slip mats, especially in the bathrooms and in the room.
Right.
And you can remove the clutter because these are the trip hazards,
Right.
loose drugs and all. You can remove that. And secondly, I would advise a regular medication review because that is medications are also one of the leading cause of falls.
Right.
Get their vision and hearing check regularly.
Right.
And lastly, I would say that if needed, use assistive devices like these walkers or cranes or walking sticks. And nowadays, because of AI, we have fall prevention or alarms also, wearable devices
Right.
that can detect fall based on gait velocity and movement. And they can set alarms also. So these are the things that we can do as a family member to make
Right.
our houses safe.
And you talked about medicines. What I have observed that most of the elderly actually carry a box of medicine, right? And a lot of medicine they take, like 10, 15 in a day. What do you say about that? Is it a right thing to do, or is it like a something someone should actually get checked about?
So in medical terminology, if you're taking 5 or more medicines, it's called polypharmacy. And if you're taking 10 or more medicines, it's called hyperpolypharmacy. So it's a very prevalent condition. Global prevalence, I think, estimated is 30 to 60%.
Wow.
So it's a huge,
Right.
huge risk. And polypharmacy, uh, I think, because of multiple specialists and multiple prescriptions, that's why. And nowadays, I'm seeing people taking health supplements also regularly, calcium and health supplements, vitamins and all. So it's causing increase in polypharmacy, and polypharmacy is a big risk factor for drug interactions and prescription cascades. For example, amlodipine is the most commonly prescribed drug for hypertension, and its common side effect is pedal edema. For that, I've seen being given diuretics to treat that. So that's the prescription cascade. Increased drowsiness, increased risk of falls, and polypharmacy leads to substantial, because of hospitalization due to all these causes, it leads to substantial healthcare costs. So it's a very important risk factor. And I find older persons have, it's very difficult to manage. The maximum amount of medication that I've seen in a patient was 23.
Wow.
So the
23
patient
medicines.
was,
Wow.
yes, taking 23 medicines when he
Oh my God.
came to me.
Yeah.
So it's a very prevalent
And
condition.
you were able to reduce it?
Yes, because many a times, like as a geriatrician, we have to weigh the risk and benefits, like which medication should be given or should not be given if it is duplicate or
Right.
no longer needed,
Yeah.
or it carries high risk
Right.
for an elderly
Right.
population. So according to risk and benefits, we weigh, and we either immediately stop the medicine if it's duplicate, or taper it off
Right.
to avoid the withdrawal symptoms. So yes, polypharmacy.
So how many medicines? So I'm interested. Like from 26, what number?
20. Okay, so 23.
23.
I was able to reduce the medications to 9.
9.
Because
Wow.
yes, he was taking, like, you'll be surprised to know the patient was not having any like memory issues or any
Yeah.
depressive symptoms as such, but the patient was taking like multiple drugs for the same, like
Wow.
the psychostimulants are very much prescribed to elderly population, the multivitamin supplements, calcium, vitamin D3 and all. And apart from that, painkillers also, like multiple painkillers are also
Yeah.
prescribed. So they carry a high risk in elderly population. And moreover, if the patient is not like, what is the goal? The patient age was 91 years when he came to me. So what was the actual goal that the patient was expecting, whether it was pain management or reduced dizziness or better mobility?
Right.
So I have to weigh that, and accordingly we decrease the medications. I'm not saying that multiple medications is bad, but you have to understand, like caregivers have to understand, the more is not the better in
Yeah,
case
because
of
many times it
elderly.
seems like, say, I am, spending this much monthly. So from caregiver point of view, see, sometime it might seem like they are doing right thing when they are, because they are paying that much monthly. But as you mentioned that you were able to reduce 50% of medication, more than 50% of medication. I think financially also it can help optimizing,
Definitely.
right? Because monthly, if I take example of just hypertension pills, etc., they cost around 3000,
Mhm.
right? So consolidate medicine cost of like 2023 odd medicine would be very high.
That's true. And that's why family members have to understand that, like, I feel that deprescribing is an art. It's
Right.
it's not like we are, as a geriatrician, I'll stop everything. It's, I'll optimize according to your aging body. I'll optimize the medications because it's a safe, structured, and evidence-based process. So I feel that deprescribing also is necessary in elderly, and we have our screening tools also to guide us for that, like Beers criteria, start and stop criteria. So yes, according to the person's profile, I'll weigh, and accordingly I'll either prescribe it or not prescribe it. So the decision stands in that.
And help me understand, does geriatric also take care of the emotional and mental aspects of growing old? Because with the age, of course, there is certain kind of things comes, like I mean, even if I am at 40s, I feel irritated sometimes. I can, understand, elderly might also feeling the same. So does geriatric covers this? And if it does, I mean, how it kind of connect with the psychology of medicine?
So, if you're 60 years and above, you will, like, emotionally, you face many challenges like loneliness, social withdrawal. If you are retired, or if you have lost someone, the grief, and the neglect part also, because
Right.
younger generation does not have time. So, the neglect also. Basically, the purpose of life that diminishes as we age in some. Some cases. So, as a geriatrician, it's not only our responsibility to cater to them physically, because the loneliness, grief, and loss of loved ones, and this societal withdrawal, so that leads to depression, anxiety. So, as a geriatrician, we have to deal with everything, and like what medications I can give if I'm diagnosing a mental health
Yeah.
issue, a major mental health
Yeah.
issue, then that's the case. Apart from that, also, like the counseling part, as a geriatrician, it's not just about just diagnosing the disease and
Right.
writing medications. We
Yeah.
have to address their emotional requirements, their mental requirements, and their social requirements also,
Yeah.
because many times patients do tell me about their family structures also, that okay, there's nobody to talk to.
To talk to them.
So that's the major issue that people are, like people age 60 years and above are facing. And also if they're having the continuous mobility issues or pain is not being managed
Yeah.
properly, then they withdraw themselves
Yeah.
to their rooms. So that is also one thing that plays with their mind. And increasingly, like, I'm seeing patients having cognitive issues and this mental health issues like depression, anxiety. There's a term called digital dementia because
Hmm.
of this continuous screen use
Yeah.
also, because I'm seeing highly prevalent screen use
Right.
with people age 60 years and
Right.
above. So that is causing digital dementia, because it's like studies are showing that it's accelerating the neurodegeneration part, and it's also altering the brain volumes, like both gray and white matter.
Hmm.
So the cognitive decline that is estimated now is based on the uh, statistics of 1950.
Wow.
But I feel that studies are also showing that there will be much rampant increase in cognitive decline and mental health issues in population age 60 years and above.
As of now, right?
Yes,
And
within
yeah,
20
so
years.
interestingly, you talked about digital dementia, and totally right. What I see is Facebook, which
Yeah.
used to be millennials kind of social community. Now you see a lot of elderly over there, and less of any millennial or Gen Z, right? So they have moved to new social platforms, but elderlies are there, and they keep spending a lot of time. And I think, of course, as a children, we are also responsible for that probably we are not giving them that much time, so they are left for that kind of option. So I think that is something which we should also take care of it.
I feel that technology is a double-edged sword, because it can create virtual communities,
Hmm.
and remove the social withdrawal part, because it makes the elderly feel alive,
Yeah.
that they know what is happening around
Right.
them and connect with their peers. But overconsumption of technology, like gaming and these OTT platforms, they are also causing irritability and societal disengagement, like from the actual world, and mental health issues, and even early cognitive decline. So I think the use of technology should be balanced and
Okay.
mindful.
But on, so yes, so you rightly mentioned double edge. The other edge I heard about, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that like gaming, etc., actually helps in probably reducing Alzheimer's risk, right?
But the gaming, it depends on which game
Which
you are
kind of gaming?
playing.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
like one of the patients that came to me, he was 75 years old, and he was continuously consuming the OTT platform
Mm-hmm.
and the gaming part,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife was actively using the gaming part.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them complained about the insomnia and irritability and
Right.
interpersonal issues.
Right. Right.
So that depends upon what games you are playing. So for cognitive stimulation exercises, games like Sudoku, puzzle solving games like crossword puzzles or jigsaw puzzles, or yes, so all these even if you're reading the newspaper, anything, Ludo, chess, and this Ludo, chess, or anything that card game.
Hmm.
So anything that stimulates your mind, then it's okay, because it's cognitively stimulating. But
Right.
if it's consuming your time, and it's not making much of a difference in your like neuroplasticity, then it's not.
So let me continue on that thing where technology can be helpful, right? So what do you see the latest digital health and artificial intelligence and all those kind of new technology where they can help in the elderly care? I know like modest use you already mentioned, but what are the new advancements which you see which probably are going to be game changer in elderly care?
So I feel a confluence of geriatric care, geroscience, bioinformatics, and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and deep learning.
Mm-hmm.
They are paving a way
Mm-hmm.
for future of aging science.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays we have deep aging clocks that essentially uses big data and artificial intelligence to give you an estimate of your biological age, like how much actually is your age rather than your chronological age. So technology is going to play a huge role in the future, and telemedicine is there. We have wearable devices that I already talked about. We have like wearable devices that can monitor your vitals, like blood pressure, heart rate, your SpO2, your sleep patterns, or this these are there are also GPS trackers are there that is helpful for dementia patients. It will prevent them from wandering. We have fall detection devices also. You can set alarms if needed, and all these, we have smart doors, smart switches that can make our home safe, especially in case of if the patient is having mobility issues or dementia. So technology is going to play a huge role, and telemedicine, I think it's very important because it will enable a person sitting in a remote location, even in India, to get the high quality healthcare that is needed. And secondly, if the person is having mobility issues, many a times in Delhi, the person is living on the second or third floor and lift is not accessible. So they cannot come to the hospital as such.
Right.
So telemedicine is one thing that I feel is the future,
Right.
because you are seeing in the surgical branches
Yeah.
also, the person sitting here, and in the overseas country, the robotics arms. So yes, I think technology will play a huge role in the future.
Wonderful. And Dr. Yamini, as we move to the kind of closing section of our discussion, what would your key takeaways which caregivers and family should take from this podcast and ensure that they provide the best quality of care to their elderly?
Okay, so the message that I want to convey will be, uh, honor the life that you have lived, and make it purposeful till your last day, because healthy aging is not just luck, it's a habit. As families, we can foster a safe and supportive home environment with emotional warmth and a place where independence is not taken away, because you can promote habits like exercise and healthy diets and adequate sleep and preventive health checkups regularly, like uh, including the metabolic markers, cognitive and bone markers for your seniors. And when we talk about diet, I think people do consume a lot of refined carbohydrates or sugary beverages, so that should be limited. Hydration is very important, and we should help elderly consume a nutritious diet that includes the plant-based products, fruits, vegetables, fruits like grapes and berries, vegetables like cauliflower or broccoli, and whole grains. Because one thing I want to say is, apart from rice and wheat, we should adopt whole grains like sorghum or millets, bajra, ragi, quinoa in our food,
Daily.
and
Yeah.
nuts like almonds and walnuts, and legumes, green peas and all, and the spices. So help your elderly in their meal preparation and medication management and in their appointments also, because it's very important to build a society that is deep rooted in the respect, that okay, you are not a burden, you are
Right.
an asset to us.
Yeah. Wonderful. I think the closing remarks beautifully summarize it. Our elderlies are not liability, or they are on asset side. So again, I mean, thanks so much, Dr. Yamini. It was pleasure to host you at Medical Value Talks, and we look forward to hear more maybe in future episodes of Medical Value Talks.
Thank you so much for having me here, and it was wonderful to share my insights on such a relevant topic. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.